I can remember once there was a boat who ran to ground here in Grindavik. The boat sank just in front of our eyes before we could do anything. They were all drowned. They all lost all their lives. So that was a terrible day for us.
Every year, tens of thousands of people die in the fishing sector. It is one of the most dangerous professions in the world, yet there are still no international safety standards in force.
We don't stop to think how the fish came to our table and who was working behind the scenes that we can have a lovely meal.
Without proper oversight, workers catching the seafood that feeds so many of us around the world can be exploited, while illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing can go undetected.
Once a vessel is out at sea, other than perhaps radio connection, nobody truly sees what's actually happening. And there's also no standardization of worker safety at sea and construction of sea vessels around the world.
But that could all change when the IMO Cape Town Agreement enters into force.
The Cape Town Agreement covers the design, construction and equipment of fishing vessels.
It sets international requirements for safety on vessels that are 24 meters in length or 300 gross tons and above. It calls for minimum safety standards, harmonized inspections, and emergency procedure training. Once 22 states with 3,600 eligible vessels ratify it, it will enter into force the next year, raising the global safety standards for a profession we all rely on.
By ratifying the Cape Town Agreement, we will not only ensure improved safety at sea, but also enhance universal rules. At the end of the day, it's all about saving lives.
The agreement's entry into force will give states a powerful tool to ensure vessels flying their flags, entering their ports, or carrying their citizens are held accountable for the safety of their crew and the legality of their operations.
It has been recognized by the member states that there is a link between safety at sea, forced labor, and illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing.
That is because the same financial drivers that lead unscrupulous operators to fish illegally also leads them to neglect crew safety, resulting in a cycle of exploitation of both fishers and fisheries.
Through for-state control, it is possible to stop some of the unscrupulous operators in carrying on with their bad behavior.
Implementing the agreement would provide a critical third pillar to two other existing international treaties. The FAO Port State Measures Agreement, which works to prevent illegal seafood from being landed in ports, and the ILO Work in Fishing Convention, which sets basic working and living conditions for fishers. It will take the cooperation of every state, flag, coastal, port, market, and even those that provide crew to make our seas safer.
We need this agreement, the Cape Town Agreement, to reach all regions in this world.
I see that when governments, vessel owners, fishermen cooperate nationally and at an international level, we can really reduce fatalities in the seas.
If we look at the history, see how many lives we lost, how many ships we lost, everybody understands why we were fighting against this.